Picture this. You're walking into an old attic, the air thick with dust. In the corner, you notice a doll, its glassy eyes following you, its cracked smile frozen in time. Most people would shrug it off as imagination, but around the world, some dolls have a reputation for being far more than just toys. These dolls are said to move on their own, whisper in the night, and bring misfortune to anyone who dares to keep them. Tonight, we're exploring the creepiest haunted dolls ever found. And trust me, by the end, you'll think twice before leaving a doll on your shelf. Annabelle, the queen of haunted dolls. We have to begin with the most famous of them all, Annabelle. Unlike the porcelain-faced demon doll we've seen in movies, the real Annabelle is actually a simple Raggedy Ann doll. But don't let the stitched smile fool you. In the 1970s, two roommates claimed the doll moved on its own, left them creepy notes, and even attacked a friend. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren took Annabelle and locked her inside a special glass case in their occult museum, with a warning sign, "Positively do not open." To this day, Annabelle remains sealed away, but stories of her influence continue to terrify. Robert the Doll, Key West's cursed companion. Travel to Key West, Florida, and you'll meet Robert, a century-old doll dressed in a sailor's uniform. Given to a boy named Robert Eugene Otto in the early 1900s, the doll became more than a toy. The family claimed it moved, giggled, and even whispered. Neighbors swore they saw it peering from the windows when no one was home. Today, Robert lives in a museum, locked behind glass. But here's the creepy part. Visitors are warned to ask his permission before taking a photo. Those who don't often report sudden accidents, illness, or bad luck shortly after. The museum even receives apology letters from people who ignored the warning. Okiku, Japan's doll that grows hair. On the Japanese island of Hokkaido, a young girl named Okiku once owned a doll she loved deeply. Tragically, she died at a young age, and her family placed the doll on an altar in her memory. Over time, something strange happened. The doll's hair began to grow. To this day, priests trim it regularly, and scientists who have studied the strands confirmed it is indeed human hair. Many believe the girl's spirit lives within the doll, keeping it alive in a way that defies explanation. The Island of the Dolls, Mexico's floating nightmare. South of Mexico City lies a place straight out of a horror story, Isla de las Muñecas, the Island of the Dolls. The legend goes that a caretaker named Don Julian discovered a drowned girl in the canals. Shortly after, he found a doll floating nearby and hung it on a tree to honor her. But he didn't stop. He kept collecting dolls for decades, covering the island with hundreds of them. Many are missing limbs, their faces rotted, and eyes blank. Locals say the dolls whisper at night, their heads turn, and some even open their eyes. After Don Julian himself drowned near the same spot where he found the girl. The island became a chilling shrine, drawing visitors brave enough to face the army of decaying dolls. Mandy, Canada's crying doll. In British Columbia, a porcelain doll known as Mandy has a cracked face and hollow, haunting eyes. Donated to a museum in the 1990s, she quickly became infamous. Staff reported hearing crying sounds late at night when no one else was in the building. Objects would vanish and reappear in strange places. Visitors often felt uneasy, saying the doll seemed to glare at them. To this day, Mandy is displayed separately from other artifacts, almost as if the museum wants to keep her isolated. Let Me Out, the doll that begs for freedom. In Australia, a man discovered an old doll abandoned in an attic. When he picked it up, he claimed to hear a tiny voice whisper, "Let me out." That's how the doll got its name. Standing nearly 3 feet tall, with real human hair and a disturbing stare, Letta is said to bring bad luck to those who disrespect it. People who touch it often feel faint, dizzy, or overwhelmed with sadness. Some even say they've seen it move on its own. The doll still exists today, carried by its owner, but never left unattended for long. Pupa, the Italian doll with a soul. Made in the 1920s, Pupa belonged to an Italian girl who adored it until her death. The doll is said to have a piece of the girl's spirit inside. Over the years, Pupa's owners have reported that she changes positions inside her glass case, presses her face against the glass, and even taps to be let out. Some claim she whispers that she has so much to tell. If true, those secrets may be too chilling for anyone to hear. Joliet, the doll that curses generations. In Texas, a family has passed down a doll known as Joliet for generations. But along with it comes tragedy. According to legend, each woman in the family gives birth to two children, a boy and a girl. The boy always dies just days after birth, while the girl inherits Joliet. Family members say at night the doll cries with the voices of lost infants. Whether curse or coincidence, Joliet continues to haunt the bloodline. The Pulau Ubin Barbie, Singapore's mystery shrine. On the island of Pulau Ubin, Singapore, a young girl supposedly died in a tragic accident. Locals later found a Barbie doll that seemed tied to her spirit. They placed it in a glass case at a shrine, and over time, visitors began leaving offerings: flowers, sweets, and toys. People claim the doll's expression changes, and some say it brings good luck when treated with respect. Creepy or comforting, this modern haunted doll shows the legend is still alive today. The Devil's Toy Box, more than just a doll. Finally, some haunted dolls don't even need names. Paranormal investigators in Louisiana tell stories of a collection of old dolls placed inside a mirrored shed called the Devil's Toy Box. Those who dare enter claim the dolls whisper, objects fly off shelves, and time itself feels distorted. The dolls inside remain unknown, but their reputation is enough to terrify anyone who hears about them. So what is it about dolls that makes them the perfect vessel for ghost stories? Maybe it's their lifelike appearance, the way they mimic us, but never truly come alive. Maybe it's the fact that they've been with children through love, grief, and fear, carrying all those emotions deep inside. Or maybe, just maybe, they really are watching us when no one else is around. One thing's for sure. Whether it's Annabelle locked away in a case, Robert glaring at museum visitors, or Okiku quietly growing her hair, these dolls remind us that sometimes the creepiest things are hiding in plain sight. So here's the question. If you stumbled upon a doll in an abandoned house, its cracked face staring right at you, would you dare pick it up?